You are watching Nike EYBL Scholastic at 5 for the Fight National Hoopfest on League Ready. Welcome inside Pleasant Grove High School in Pleasant Grove, Utah, home of the Vikings for today's matchup between Wasatch Academy and Veritas Academy. An exciting one on set. My name's Anthony Pasquale alongside Isaac Trotter. And Isaac, a lot to like with these two teams.
Yeah, this is one of the premier high school basketball tournaments in the country. It's feast week. It's not just college basketball. Right. We also have high school right now too. Both of these teams looking to get back on track after rough debuts.
Exactly. Let's take a look at Wasatch Academy and their starting five for tonight's contest. They'll be in black and orange. Isaiah Harwell, the five-star guard. Manu Monsiel, Cottrell Harmon, Adolph Junior County, and Augustine Equi round out their starting five.
Excellent defensively, especially on the perimeter. They're going to switch a lot on the perimeter defensively, and they can be elite on that end.
Absolutely. A ton of size for Veritas Academy to deal with. Let's see how they match up and look at the starters for Veritas Academy. Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr., Ryan Solhi, Aram Sokwi Urbano, Lamarius White, and Kofi Asar. What sticks out to you from them?
Yeah, that front court of Lamarius White and Kofi Asar, 6'7", 210, and 6'9", 240. They can get after you on the glass.
Certainly a lot of size. Let's take a quick look at our players to watch tonight. A five-star from Wasatch and Veritas Academy's Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr.
These are going to be a matchup of two of the best two-way guards in the country. Juan Guerrero Hernandez, he doesn't have 5 stars next to his game, but he has been excellent early. He's going to be a big riser, and obviously Isaiah Harwell, the Houston commit. If you're going to Houston, you could play some defense for Kelvin Sampson.
For sure. We'll see if Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. is able to use this EYBL Scholastic to propel his recruiting case, but we're just a few moments away from tip. Kofi Asar doing the jump for Veritas, and for Wasatch, it's going to be number 44, Augustine Equi, the New Mexico State commit, doing the tip for Wasatch. And they win the jump, and we are ready to go here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. Junior County with it on the wing, gets it down inside near the block, and back on top it comes. Cottrell Harmon working on the wing. Into the post it comes. A nice spin move, frees himself up for a shot. Did not get it on net. And it looks like it's going to be Veritas ball. The Titans take over.
Not necessarily the start you're looking for if you're Wasatch. If they went 6 for 26 from the field in the first half against Montverde, have to clean things up offensively early.
Yeah, got caught a little bit late in the shot clock. We'll see what Veritas can do with their first offensive possession. This is Solhi. A lot of movement so far for Veritas. And a trap into the corner. Wasatch tries to get a takeaway, and it's going to be out of bounds going with Wasatch.
I love those traps in unconventional spots. You have the baseline is one defender, the sideline's a second defender, and then you throw 2 more guys there. That's 4 defenders for one spot. That's good defense right there.
Exactly. Lamarius White got a little overwhelmed there. Frees up an open look on the other end, and that is knocked down. The first basket of the game. Junior County with a triple.
Really nice player. Really like his impact on both ends of the ball.
Let's see if Veritas can answer. And that's a travel. Rayan Solhi, too many steps.
Wasatch's defensive pressure early is certainly causing Veritas some problems. That's their identity. That's what they have to be on that end of the basketball.
No doubt. It's early, but that has certainly jumped off the screen so far. Wasatch trying to build their lead again. Here's County. Takes a floater off the back iron. Can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Veritas. Lamarius White with the rebound. He brings it up the court. Not bad for 6'7". Can handle the ball.
That's the new age 4-man right now. You got to be able to handle it and rebound and do a little bit of everything.
Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. with it at the top of the key. Work on a crossover, and Wasatch almost takes it away, but then it trickles out of bounds. Really nice defense there from Harwell.
Yeah, it might be a little bit early in the morning, but we're still seeing some intense defensive pressure from both of these squads.
We sure are. You mentioned Wasatch had a little bit of a rough go in their first game in the EYBL Scholastic. They're bringing the intensity so far. Picking up right near half court. Deep three. Oh, rims in and out. That was Sokwi Urbano almost connecting to even the score. A swing pass into the lane. Wasatch Penetrating early, Cottrell Harmon with a nice take.
Yeah, that's a great attack of that long closeout. If you're able to get a shot fake, get your defender up in the air, and get to the rim, that's the beauty of it. I think what we saw a little bit earlier there is Junior County. He had a long closeout, and he kind of settled for a tough floater. Good job there by Harmon to get all the way to the rack and draw 2 free throw attempts.
Absolutely. 6'3", 180 pounds, but he was not afraid to enter the paint there, and he connects with his first free throw.
Harmon, a 4-star recruit, 6'4", 175. He's got a really good frame. He has really caught the eye of a lot of evaluators over the past couple months. They think he could be one of the better rising prospects in this 2026 class. Yeah,
I have the list of all the teams that offered him. I don't have enough time to say them all. There's just a ton of interest in this kid. And he knocks down both free throws to give Wasatch an early 5-0 lead. Veritas trying to break some pressure. Here's White bringing it over half court. Solhi calling for it and losing it. Wasatch with another takeaway. Down to the rack. Missed, rebounded, and put back in. A good answer there from James Miller, his first action.
Some more three-quarter court pressure. It's kind of working both ways. One, you can force turnovers, but two, you also sap the shot clock a little bit. And now Veritas isn't getting into their action until 18 seconds left in the shot clock.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a foul there on James Miller. A little bit too aggressive as Aram Sokwi Urbano was working the ball around the perimeter.
I thought James Miller gave them a big spark with 2 threes against Montverde. We could see him having early tick today. He could be a guy that, yeah, he might not start, but he might not come off the floor either.
6'3", 185 pounds out of Middleton, Maryland. And another takeaway for Wasatch. Here's Miller, but there is a travel before the pass.
All right, so we've played 2.5 minutes, and we have 6 combined turnovers. That's not the best start, I think, for both of these teams, but also speaks to the defense on both sides. They are really getting up in you.
Especially Wasatch. They've been suffocating defensively, picking up from three-quarter court, starting these traps near half court. And it's given Veritas fits. They have yet to score. A pass toward the baseline. It gets knocked away off of Veritas. It's going to come back with Wasatch.
So now, what have we learned here with Veritas? It's 5 turnovers already, and they have 1 shot attempt, and it was a heave just to beat the shot clock buzzer. Like that you're not going to win that way. You're just not.
Exactly. We'll see what they're able to do to just kind of answer the pressure from Wasatch. Inside, nice pass from Miller, and a foul as Equi went for the slam.
Yep, good cut. Finding yourself as a big man, you're just trying to get available and make yourself an asset to your team. Sometimes you see some of these bigs when they don't post up, they almost hurt their team a little bit by not doing that. Good move there to get by Equi to get to the free throw line.
And like you said, that'll send him to the line. Looking at the rosters of these two teams, to me, the one thing that really jumps off the page is how many players we have not from the United States. Obviously, Equi is one of them out of Nigeria. But you look all over the page on both teams, and there's a lot of international talent.
Yeah, basketball's really become a global game, and especially for these college coaches that are really watching it, the international talent is really, really impressive.
Asar grabbed the rebound there. Now here comes Paleo. And another takeaway for Wasatch. Here they come on the fast break. Miller's going to take it himself with the slam.
6 turnovers forced now by Wasatch. This is just relentless pressure defense. And if it isn't broke, like, why not fix it? It's going to stay here for a while.
And Veritas loses control once again. Now the fast break comes the other way for Wasatch. Passing it around, Miller takes it on the left side wing. Now to County. County working to his right. Pulls up and cannot knock it down. Rebound Asar. Paleo gets that poked away again, but that one is going to be a foul.
Yeah, and if you're Veritas right now, you just have to slow down a little bit and understand the pressure. But then when you have opportunities to run in transition, you have to go. Don't give them a chance to trap you. Good move there by Paleo just to see that open floor and attack.
Paleo checked into this game and immediately became kind of the primary ball handler for Veritas. We'll see if they're able to get through some of this pressure as Sokwi Urbano had a nice spin move, but kicked it back out for Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. as Veritas still looking for their first points. And they're going to have another turnover instead.
Yeah, there. If you're just Juan Herrero Hernandez, you just have to kind of find yourself a little bit. And instead of, he's trying to drive and drift to find that shooter in the corner. If there's no shooter there, maybe we don't drive and drift in the first place. That's like that balancing act right now. And they're just in a little bit of a funk because of this pressure.
Exactly. Wasatch on top 10-0 early over Veritas. We're going to take a quick break.
You never get used to the pressure. You just learn to embrace it. Expectations aren't a burden, they're a privilege. Because it could be worse. No one could expect anything at all.
Sure, I was the first pick, the rookie to watch, and the back-to-back All-Star. But to get even better, I had to get real with myself. I got real about how I showed up. I got real about how I trained. I got real about what I ate. The results, something about this season, man, it just feels different.
The Nike EYBL Scholastic is brought to you by Nike. This is winning basketball. Ion Solar. Premium solar at ionsolar.com. And by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle, for real. Anthony Pasquale alongside Isaac Trotter here at Pleasant Grove High School in Wasatch. All Wasatch early.
Terrific job by this defense. They've forced 8 turnovers so far in the first 4 minutes and change. And think about this, Veritas, we've played over 4 minutes, just 1 shot attempt.
Yeah, not even one 10 shots missed. No, they've only gotten 1 shot off this far. That's how good Wasatch's defense has been. And we'll see if they're able to keep it up. Midway through the first, they're on top 10-0. And Veritas looking for an answer. It's going to be Giovanni Granai inbounding for Wasatch. 6'5" out of Rome, Italy. One of 7 players from Wasatch from other countries outside of the United States. As Veritas knocks that one away. Veritas with 10 players outside of the United States.
College basketball right now just being dominated by international freshmen. Igor Demin, Kasparis Yakushonis. Like, it's trickling down to the high school ranks too.
Wasatch with a 10-0 lead. Equi. And a kick on top. Granai down the lane. And he swatted. Rebound Amar. Block and rebound by Asar.
Yeah, big-time defensive play there to block it and keep it in bounds and retain possession.
Absolutely. Here's Sohi inside looking for the first points of the game, and we're going to have a foul.
I love those 45-degree drives. You know what I mean? When you're able to get it from a 45-degree angle, you're kind of creasing that defense, and you're able to earn your trip to the charity stripe.
Rayan Sohi looking for Veritas' first points of the game. If you're going to do it, take advantage of your free throws, right?
Yeah, and Sohi is a really nice-looking frame. 6'6", 195 pounds, has that type of build where you could see him guarding multiple positions, and if you can get after it off the bounce too a little bit with some wiggle, that just expands your game even more.
And he made the first, missed the second, but got his own rebound and was fouled. 10-1 is our score. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in quarter number 1 of the Nike EYBL Scholastic. You mentioned in the open, it's feast week for college basketball. Don't forget about the high school ranks, too. We've got some great games all week.
Yeah, and college coaches are paying attention, too. If they're not playing, they're also keeping an eye on what's coming next.
Here's Paleo. Trying to get past the defender. Picks up a screen from Amari and loses control, but a foul is called. Going to be Augustine Equi with the foul.
I like that hard hedge there just to continue just that pressure defense. But at also, like Isaiah Harwell was just fine. Like, he didn't need any help in that scenario defensively.
Whistle blows. We're going to do the inbounds once again.
And if you're Veritas, can we just run a set? can we get into our offense at this point? Like, they haven't been able to. Oh, now they're heading to the free throw line after, this is now 5 fouls on Wasatch in the first, 5 minutes of regulation.
Veritas' only points so far have been from the free throw line. As checking into the game is going to be number 23, Emilis Zabuda, 6'6", out of Lithuania. And that free throw is knocked down as well. 10-3. Here's Junior County bringing up the ball for Wasatch, the 4-star, 27th ranked small forward in the class. Now it's Miller. Gets it to Harwell. Haven't called his name much. Lost control, and it's taken away. Veritas with a nice answer.
Harwell still figuring some things out after he missed a lot of time with a knee injury.
Play out to the corner. A 3 off the mark, but another offensive rebound. It's loose, and it's recovered by Miller. And here comes Wasatch. County into the lane he comes. And it's going to go back the other way.
I like County's game, though. We've already seen him get to that mid-range. You've seen him shoot it from 3. Now seeing the drive a little bit. Yeah, that didn't count, but you can see that junior, he has a ton of games. 6'5", 190 pounds, great length. Like, you could see why he might be one of the better recruits in the class of 2026.
Born and raised in Highland, Utah. Down the lane. Oh, man. Aggressive from Whitfield. Ching couldn't get it to go.
Second game in a row where his athleticism just pops. Yes, they lost to Link Academy, but like the aggressiveness and the bounce from Ching is super impressive.
Absolutely. Let's take another look at this poster attempt.
I mean, he took off one step inside the free throw line. He was not that far away from throwing that one down.
He was fouled by Ali Torrey, another 6'9" player. A lot of height on the court today in Pleasant Grove. And he misses both. And Junior County taking it up the floor. Barking out some orders.
6'6" lead guard, right? You're seeing him now get to play on the ball and off the ball.
Manu Manciel. Harwell. Into the lane, and Harwell is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great drive there. He has the reputation as an awesome pull-up jump shooter. Defenders know that, though, right? Like, they're playing that game about it, and he was able to just take one extra dribble to get into the front of the rim and get himself to the free throw line.
Yeah, I'm sure he's the type of guy that can really rely on a strong ball fake to get defenders up in the air and get around them and down into the lane to try to penetrate the defense that way. And this time he's fouled. He makes the first free throw. You mentioned it, number 14 in the class, and he'll be playing college basketball at Houston.
Yeah, when you pick Houston over Gonzaga, that's like a first world problem. Two of the best programs in college basketball lately. Says a lot about his game and his upside.
And he knocks down both at the free throw line. Veritas able to break the pressure. Paleo secures it and will start the offensive set. Comes off a screen into the lane. Floats one. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Harwell. Wasatch starting the break, and it's picked off. Numbers. Paleo wide open for 3. No good. Little short on the three-pointer. And Wasatch is going to take over after the rebound gets knocked out of bounds.
I mean, we're 90 seconds away here from Wasatch finishing the first quarter without giving up a made bucket. That's impressive.
Yeah, it sure is. 12-3 is our score with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. All 3 of Veritas' points have been secured at the free throw line. Going to have an offensive foul. I believe it was an illegal screen. And Veritas will take over.
And if you're Veritas, it's like it's time to get Juan Herrero Hernandez going a little bit. I liked him off the ball as a cutter. We've seen him on the ball struggle a little bit with his turnovers. But if you can run something here for him off the ball, maybe take advantage of their aggressiveness and get him on a backdoor cut, that could be really, really interesting for Veritas.
Yeah, it's Zion Paleo handling it for the most part. And he gets it over to Ching. And on top it comes. Here's Juan Guerrero Hernandez, but another whistle.
So if you're keeping notes at home, this is now 12 fouls in the first quarter combined.
12 fouls here in the first quarter. We should see these teams get pretty deep into their bench in the first half just because you want to avoid that foul trouble.
I think it's also partially some of these refs are trying to get control of the game a little bit. It's been very aggressive early defensively from both sides.
Under a minute in the first quarter, Wasatch on top 12-3. Here's County with a full court swing. A three-pointer is knocked down. That was pretty from Harwell.
Excellent, excellent cross-court pass there by County. That's big time.
Harwell knocked down the triple. It's 15-3. Another three on the other end, and it's off the mark. That was Zabuda who tried the three, but it was rebounded by County, and he'll slow things up as Wasatch tries to wind down the clock in this first quarter that they've dominated. County in the lane, feeds it, and it goes off the hands of his center. He was looking to set up Torrey with an easy bucket, but it goes off his hands and out of bounds.
That's probably going to go as a turnover for County, and it does, but that's an excellent decision and kind of a bad luck turnover. That was a great move by him off the bounce, and he created what would have been an open layup or dunk, and it just fumbles it out of bounds.
Right, did not get rewarded for what you said was a good decision. Now Veritas with a chance to cut into this deficit before the end of quarter number one, and maybe, just maybe, get their first bucket of the game.
Right now, the most important thing is make sure, even if we don't make a shot, we are taking the last shot of this quarter.
Sure.
We are not giving it back to them with any chance to add to their lead.
Zabuda gets it in. Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. passes it off to Paleo. And Paleo with 5 seconds left in the quarter. He's got 3 seconds. Got to make a decision quickly, and he passes it away. 1.8 left on the clock, and Wasatch, not only did they force Veritas to miss, they didn't even get a shot off.
Just nothing easy. Just blanketing defense right now.
1.8 seconds. We'll see if Wasatch is able to knock one in at the buzzer. County at the buzzer, and they blew the whistle. They said it would not have counted even if it did go in. But let's take another look at that Isaiah Harwell triple that rounded out the scoring in the quarter.
Look at this cross-court dime. Great catch and an even better shot. That's like one of those, it's maybe not super on target, but he gets going. The five-star is going to five-star.
Welcome back to Pleasant Grove High School here. Wasatch on top of Veritas 15-3. I'm Anthony Pasquale with Isaac Trotter. Let's take a quick look at our Chipotle player spotlight. Isaiah Harwell leading the way with 5 points so far.
Yeah, the five-star Houston commit. He's a terrific two-way player. Let's also check out this Chipotle order. It looks a whole lot like mine. I think the only thing I would add is a little bit of lettuce. Oh, no, he has lettuce, so we're good. We have the exact same order.
Yeah, burrito bowl with double steak, rice, lettuce, pico de gallo, cheese, corn, and queso. Would you ever eat that as a pregame meal before a basketball game?
100%. Hunter Dickinson has Chipotle before every single game. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that. Hunter Dickinson at Kansas. Isaiah Harwell will be playing at Houston, and he'll be fueled for tonight's game with some Chipotle. We get ready to start quarter number 2. Wasatch suffocating Veritas. They're on top 15-3 on the scoreboard, but if you look at the stats, Veritas only committed, 2 shots in that first quarter, and they have not scored a field goal yet.
Yeah, they forced 8 turnovers and scored 11 points off them. That's the difference in the game.
And we're going to have another one right here. Instead, it goes right to Asar, and he puts in the first bucket of the game with a flush.
Good defensive play there by James Miller to get his hands on the basketball, but just unlucky to find Asar for the jam.
Wasatch, 10-point lead. Here's Junior County. County gets it to Oku. His first minutes of the game, the 6'7" forward out of Switzerland. Now it's Harmon settling things at the top of the key, spinning, getting to his spot, tries it off the window, can't get it to go. And the rebound comes the other way for Veritas, secured by Lemarius White. And taking it to the rack was Travis Paleo. But here's how Veritas gets on the board in the second quarter.
First bucket of the game comes early in the second quarter. A dunk is not a bad way to start, though.
Right.
And that's the thing. I would expect Veritas to really play with a little bit of edge here. Like, they're not going to go down without a fight. They played Link really, really well. That was super competitive. Yeah, they lost 63-50, but that game was extremely competitive late in the third quarter and early in the fourth.
That's Zion Paleo's twin brother, Travis Paleo, at the line. He knocked down the first to make it 15-6. 7 minutes and 8 seconds left in the second quarter. And he knocks down both 15-7. I got to say, Veritas has been able to get it done at the line when they've gotten there.
Yeah, and now it's an 8-point game, and we're rapidly approaching stop, score territory, and you can get it back down to 4. It's not that. It doesn't have to be that complicated.
Here's Sage Hansen firing a triple. Off the mark, rebound. Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. up the court with some pace. Paleo gets it back on top. Urbano back to Paleo. Working on a taller defender. Trying to get by him. Paleo draws a foul.
So there's the stop, and here's an opportunity to get to the free throw line, and there's the score. Have a chance to whittle this game down. Sometimes it doesn't have to. You're not looking for the 8-point play. It's just stringing 2, 3, 4 plays together on both ends, and suddenly you're right back in this game.
Absolutely, and this is not a team that is a big three-point shooting team. So far, they're 0 for 4 from deep today. So getting into the lane, putting 2 feet in the paint, getting to the free throw line, it's been the only recipe for success for Veritas.
Especially against a super handsy, aggressive Wasatch defense. But to be honest, Wasatch's on-ball defense has been awesome. It's been hard to get into the paint. I think when they've been able to do it, Veritas has found some really good switches against some of the bigs. That's been their opportunity, because when you're going up against some of these Wasatch wings and guards, like, you're not driving them.
Paleo with 4 points from the free throw line to make it a 6-point ball game. County picked up his dribble, and he gets the pass. Here comes Miller. Hansen down the baseline, looking for somewhere to go with it. Back to Miller on the far side wing. Miller driving baseline, a couple of crossover moves. Wasatch having trouble. Miller comes away with it, but the shot clock buzzer went off before Miller able to get it off the window.
Stop, score, stop. Like, now here it is. Like, it's starting to kind of matriculate right in front of us for Veritas, with a chance to get this back to within a 2-possession, or a 4-point game. It's already a 2-possession game right now.
15-9. 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Here at the Nike EYBL Scholastic at Food for the Fight. From the corner, that one a little bit short. Sokwe Urbano could not get it to go. Into the corner it comes. Good shot fake now into the lane, and an easy lay for Cottrell Harmon.
Really good shot fake to get to the rim. That's understanding and attacking those long closeouts aggressively and under control.
Travis Paleo trapped, gets it inside, now down low. And we're going to have an additional foul on Wasatch. Wide open look for Lemarius White, and he'll get to the free throw line.
Yeah, and if you're Juan Herrero Hernandez, you just have to close out a little bit more under control. You can't go soaring into the air because it just opens up that driving lane. And a great player like Cottrell Harmon's not going to let you off the hook for that.
Yeah, nice take by Harmon out of Seattle, Washington. Plenty of offers, but he has yet to commit. The 31st ranked prospect in this class.
And this is the player I think really needs to get going for Veritas. Lemarius White, the 6'7", 210-pound wing. He gave Link some real problems. Now he's getting to the free throw line. Maybe that's all it needs to really get going. It's just his first 2 points of the game, but he can put a big imprint on this game.
Link was upset yesterday by Utah Prep, led by A.J. DeBansa. Now Wasatch on top of Veritas. Junior County gets to the lane and lays it up off the glass and in. Beautiful move from County.
I love his game already. Like, we've started to see everything that he can do on the ball and off the ball. He's given Wasatch a huge boost early, and they're rolling over Veritas.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guacced. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
You never get used to the pressure. You just learn to embrace it. Expectations aren't a burden, they're a privilege. Because it could be worse. No one could expect anything at all.
So how would you describe the chicken to someone who had never tasted it?
Literally melt in your mouth tender. We don't have a freezer, you know? It's almost like a farmer's market. When you walk into the restaurant, you should hear the sizzle that you're hearing right now. Just sends all those waves up to your mouth.
You're making me hungry.
Wasatch leads Veritas 19-11 with 5 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the second quarter. Anthony Pasquale with Isaac Trotter. Isaac, what do you like from Wasatch so far?
Well, the defensive intensity has been really good. Their attention to detail as well. Other than for the fouling, they've been awesome. You know, they've just forced Veritas. There's just 1 for 7 from the field. They haven't really given them any open looks from 3. And right now, they're turning their best offense is honestly their defense. They've scored 11 points off of those turnovers that they forced. 8 turnovers into 11 points. That's really good math. And you're going to like that if you're Wasatch.
Absolutely. And the turnovers that they've been able to force, they've done it in a multitude of ways. They've had some traps. They've had some steals. And then just forcing a few shot clock violations or bad passes.
Yeah, and it's that full court pressure. They're not just a man-to-man press. They've also mixed in some 2-2-1 zone, 3-quarter court press, and it's just a big bounce back effort defensively for them. After let's be honest, Montverde got red hot a couple days ago and went off for 77 points. That I don't think is necessarily the defensive performance that Wasatch is capable of. This looks a lot more similar to their A+ defense.
Veritas with a different look offensively. They get it inside to Whitfield Ching, but he can't get the shot to go.
I like that move there. Smart coaching by Wasatch after the timeout. Hey, let's mix up. Let's go zone. So you've seen a little bit of everything defensively so far.
Here's Junior County. He's been the primary ball handler so far for Wasatch and the team that's loaded with ball handlers. Here they come in transition. Paleo gets the lay-in. 19-13 in a game that feels like Veritas is getting dominated. They're only down 2 possessions.
Just have to stay in it right now. Just understand, take advantage of those opportunities in transition and try to string together stops.
And they get it to County. Inside it comes. Losing possession. And we're going to have an inbounds play underneath the basket. Got him to leave his feet again. That was Lemarius White who jumped. And it was Augustine Equi down low trying to secure himself a safe place to jump from where he wouldn't have a body landing on top of him, but it goes out of bounds off of Veritas. So Wasatch gets it, and they get it right to. Now it's Junior County with it to clean it up and put it back in. They had a nice play drawn up for Isaiah Harwell, but he just kind of whiffed putting it up.
It feels like Junior County's in the middle of everything. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist right now. Like a turnover that probably wasn't his fault. He just does a little bit of everything.
Now taking it away down the lane, and the block puts it in the basket. Cottrell Harmon with a chance for 3.
And I think you look at this Wasatch team, it's like, okay, Isaiah Harwell's the headliner, the 5-star senior. But these juniors, Cottrell Harmon and Junior County, are going to take them as far as they want to go this year.
Absolutely. Let's take another look. It almost looked like the block attempt is what put it in the basket.
It's a big-time move there just to be able to get after it. And now he converts the old-fashioned three-point play, too.
Cottrell Harmon picks up 3 and puts Wasatch in front by 11, their largest lead tonight.
Back to the zone.
Paleo trying to penetrate that zone. It's a 3-2. They can't get it, and they get it to Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. Now a deep 3 from Paleo. Little short. Rebound comes to Harwell. Now County pulls it up the court with some pace. He's got Harwell to his left, and it gets knocked away, but Harwell will recover. And it's going to stick with Wasatch.
You can see the number of deflections that Whitfield Ching, number 12 in white there, has continued to get for Veritas. Like, he has a chance to be an excellent defender. He's already a good defender, but I think give him a few more years, like he's going to be an excellent defensive prospect.
Definitely a guy to keep your eyes on this, Veritas team. Harwell on the near side. Manu Monsiel gets to his spot. Can't knock it down. Rebound. Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. starting the break. A nice move inside. Outside now. The 3. It's good. Whitfield Ching Jr. connects from deep.
And he can make a lot of money in his career if he's knocking down corner threes and playing defense at a high level.
He sure can. Here's another 3 on the other end, and the answer comes. A pretty 3 from Harwell.
Again, he missed a ton of time last year with an ACL injury. He's just still knocking off the rust a little bit. He's going to be one heck of a player for Houston really, really quickly.
Back in that 2-3 is Wasatch. Veritas can't figure out how to beat it. They get it inside. That's one way. Rebound comes. Another miss. Secured down low and pulled back out. Rayan Solhi restarts the possession for Veritas. They had 2 point-blank looks, and they couldn't convert. Solhi in the corner. Gets a shot fake into the lane, swings, wide open, a deep 3, a little bit short. Travis Paleo was the one who could not knock that down, and this one's going to stick with Veritas again. They get another chance.
If you're Veritas, you're just trying to find a way to get to that short corner again against that zone, and then 45-degree cuts right down the middle of the paint. That's the way to kind of crease a zone like this.
Emilis Zabuda checks back in for Veritas. He's one of their best shooters, which is one of the best recipes to beat a zone is to get one of your shooters activated. That was knocked away. That one off the basket, and here comes Wasatch. Losing control. It's still loose. Down low to County, and he puts some English on it to get it to roll in. 29-16. Veritas getting some open looks. They have not been able to cash in.
And they just have to avoid the turnovers because that's the way the Wasatch is scoring. It's just points off of turnovers. It's really jarring. It's up to 16 of those right now. And here's another one with another opportunity.
Is another one, and down low it comes. County with the easy lay-in, and the lead is up to 15.
18 of Wasatch's 31 points are points off turnovers.
And they've got how many now? 17, 18 turnovers altogether? A deep 3 here. Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. fills it up.
Yeah, he's the guy I would continue to watch. And if you're Veritas, got to get him going. You know, he's got some schools involved, LSU, West Virginia, Iowa, Mississippi State. I wouldn't necessarily look at his recruiting rankings yet because that's going to change in a hurry after how he's played early so far in this high school season.
31-19. Wasatch has been in control for the majority of this first half. They're looking to add to their lead. County into the corner. Three-pointer is made. Harwell again sticks it.
Harwell, a perfect 3 for 3 from downtown.
5 seconds to play. Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. Deep 3. Off the mark. at the buzzer. Zabuda could not get that to go. And let's take another look at that three-pointer that was drilled by Harwell. What do you see here?
Just another in transition, getting out and run and let it go. County, his ability to get out in transition and score above the rim. 11 points and 3 rebounds and 1 assist in that first half. The junior's been one of the best players on the floor.
Without a doubt, Wasatch leading Veritas 34-19 at the half. We'll be back for the third quarter in just a moment. Back at Pleasant Grove High School in Pleasant Grove, Utah, Anthony Pasquale with Isaac Trotter at the EYBL Nike Scholastic at 5 for the 5 National Hoop Fest on League Ready. Thank you for spending your Wednesday before Thanksgiving with us. And let's take a look at the first half stats between these two teams. All Wasatch early. What does Veritas need to do to get back into it?
You just can't turn the basketball over. Right now, 13 turnovers in that first half, and Wasatch is taking advantage of it. They've scored 16 points off of those turnovers in the first half. And then the other thing offensively, like, well, yeah, when you're turning it over, that's one thing, but also you're just limiting shot attempts. You're losing the shot chart game. 20 shot attempts for Wasatch, just 16 for Veritas, and they're not getting anything at the rim, just 4 points in the paint in the first half. Both of those trends cannot stick in the second half if Veritas wants to make a comeback.
And Veritas has taken 9 threes, but a few of them have been just late, desperate heaves at the end of the shot clock, so those aren't high percentage shots. On the other side, Wasatch 4 of 5 from downtown.
And they're getting great looks. We've seen the ability for Junior County to skip it across the court to find Harwell in the corner for an open three. Harwell getting active a little bit from there. He's knocked down 3 threes, 2 of them from that right corner. Like, that's his go-to spot. You're trying to keep him out of that. If you're Veritas, if you're Wasatch, you're just trying to continue to do that. But what we're seeing a lot of is a lot of those threes are paint touch into open threes in the half court or transition looks into open threes. You're totally right. The quality of the three for Wasatch versus the quality of 3 for Veritas couldn't be more different.
Is there a player on Veritas in the second half that you're really looking forward to get going?
Yeah, I think there's 2 guys. For me, it's Lemarius White. They're 6'7", 210-pound forward. He just has 2 points. He's super active on the glass. Really haven't seen him be able to do much of anything offensively. Then Juan Guerrero Hernandez. Again, he had that 1-3 late in the first half, but really hasn't gotten going. If you told me beforehand that Guerrero Hernandez and White would have 1 shot attempt combined in the first half, like, that's phenomenal defense by Wasatch. That just cannot happen. You have to have your best 2 players be heavily featured in the second half if you want to trim this deficit.
Absolutely. We'll keep a look on Veritas and see if they're able to do that. You mentioned Guerrero Hernandez Jr. connecting from deep. That was another one of those desperate heaves late in the shot clock, but he's good enough to knock those down.
He is, but I think what you're seeing is Veritas is switching defenses. We've seen a man-to-man full court press. We've seen a 3-quarter court 2-2-1 press. We've seen some zone in the half court. We've seen some heavy traps in their man-to-man defense. Defensively, like, they're just making them uncomfortable because they're constantly switching defenses and playing super aggressive in all of them.
Second half is underway with Cottrell Harmon giving it off, but we're going to have a charge. Lemarius White has his body in the right place at the right time.
Good start by White there, just seeing a little bit of out-of-control driver getting in the way, forcing the turnover.
And early Veritas takes control here. They're going to have to deal with a full court pressure from Wasatch.
I'm just curious to see if Wasatch will get back into the zone that worked a little bit toward the end of the first half, or if they want to stick with the man that forced a lot of turnovers early. I felt like the zone forced bad shots. The man-to-man defense forced turnovers. Both are good options. I'm just curious to see what they go with.
And White able to get it in and get it up the court. This is Solhi working to his right, has a steps in, now feeds a driving Guerrero Hernandez Jr., but it was blocked.
Do not go in there.
And a takeaway almost for Asar, but it goes off of his hands and out of bounds. Guerrero Hernandez Jr. got up there, and he was met at the rim by Equi.
Yeah, Equi, 6'9", 225-pound senior. That rim protection at the high school ranks is big. And there we go. Whitfield Ching was one of the bigger surprises for Veritas in that first half, immediately into the game. I'd be shocked if he doesn't stay in the game for a while.
Always gets his hands into those passing lanes. Equi on the float, can't get it to go. And the rebound comes to Paleo. That's Travis Paleo. And he hands it off to Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. Gets into the paint. Hands it off to White, who misses a fadeaway jumper.
Look at that defensive possession there by Harwell. He guarded 3 different guys on that possession and got a stop.
Harwell with it now. Deep 3. Off the mark. That was Cottrell Harmon looking for the bucket. 34-19 is the score. Juan Guerrero Hernandez frees himself up for a floater, but he's unable to connect off the back iron. Junior County takes some contact and draws the foul.
I like County's ability there to initiate the contact with the defender first. If you're a big guard like that and you can't like initiate the contact, it's like the Luka Doncic type of movie. He initiates the contact, you bounce off of him, and usually he's either going to the free throw line for a couple of free throws or getting to the rim for a layup.
And that's exactly what Junior County just did, drawing the foul on Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. And in it comes. This time it's Harwell. 3 of 3 from deep. County gets it to Manu Manciel. Down low it comes to Ekwe. Fighting. Back out it goes. County into the lane. Tries to feed it to Ekwe, but he lofts it out of bounds.
Even as like an evaluator, you watch that play by County, and yeah, he turns it over. That's not great. But like the idea of what he's trying to do, it all makes sense. And he's still a junior. He's still growing into his game and kind of figuring things out. He's going to be a terrific playmaker. You can already see the vision of it.
Absolutely. Now bringing the ball up for Veritas, Rayan Sohi, as they trail by 15 early in the third. Paleo stops and pops, knocks it down.
I kind of like that defense by Kutrell Harmon there, too. He did a good job of chesting up that drive and forcing a tough off-the-dribble jumper. But kudos at that point, just kudos to Paleo for knocking it down. Good defense on either end.
Yeah, that's one of those where you just say, good defense beat good defense. Now County misses off the front iron. Down it comes, White with the layup and one. Junior County aggressive with the foul, went tumbling near the first row of the bleachers, and it'll send White to the line.
When you're turning the basketball over in the half court a lot, get out and run in transition, and there it is. Long pass ahead, Lamarius White, and one. Like that's the type of looks that if you're Veritas that you just have to get in the second half.
And White was the player that you mentioned you wanted to see a little bit more from him in this second half. There he is running the floor, getting a layup and converting the three-point play.
4 shot attempts combined for Guerrero Hernandez Jr. and White in the first 4 minutes after just having one in the first half combined.
That's exactly what you like to see if you're a fan of Veritas. Now Harmon picks it up, driving to his right, tries a deep three, and the rebound sticks with Wasatch. Manu Manciel down the baseline. He couldn't get the layup to fall, but he was fouled in the process.
Zero hesitation on that baseline drive there. Really, really good move by Manciel, and now he'll get a chance to earn his first points of the game at the free throw line.
He's got an offer from San Jose State, the junior shooting guard.
Tim Miles is doing a pretty good job with that San Jose State club.
34-24. And Manciel knocks it down. The lead is 11 for Wasatch, midway through the third quarter at the Nike EYBL Scholastic.
One thing you just notice with Wasatch is their guards can get into the paint, and Veritas' guards can't at this point. That feels like a big, big X factor moving forward.
Right, and for Veritas, it's this battle of not wanting to take those threes because they haven't been good shots and good looks, but also the inability to get anything better.
Can't create good looks either.
James Miller gets his hands into the passing lane and knocks that one out of bounds.
Miller's a really nice player. I just am really impressed with him. Yeah, he hasn't made a three yet. That's kind of his thing. He's a good shooter. He saw that against Montverde, but defensively he's been really good.
That's taken away by Junior County. Down the lane, he comes with a left-handed jam.
Run the floor, get after it in transition, and throw it down. Like that's great defense by the junior.
And Paleo was fouled off the double team. Let's take another look at that jam session from County. Running the floor, too.
Just terrific length, uses the best hand to get out in transition, and then that lefty dunk. Sometimes when you're a right-handed player, that means your knee, the right leg is stronger. You're able to explode off of that leg a little bit easier for those offhand jams.
Inside it comes a jam, answered on the other end. Kofi Asar with a flush.
He's been quiet, too. The 6'9", 240-pound senior. Need to have him be active on the glass, and then obviously there is a roller and a play finisher for Veritas.
38-26, County on the spin move. And we're going to have a whistle off of County. Really good defensive effort there from Solhi.
County got the worst of it on both ends there. Gets the turnover, but also had the ball go off his head and got a hard fall, too. Not fun.
Yeah, you can see him kind of flexing his elbow there. Looks like kind of the whole body rolled over the arm. Hopefully he's all right. Solhi inbounds to Paleo. This is Zion Paleo. His brother Travis with the ball now.
They're trying those guard-on-guard inverted screens, and it's not really working because Wasatch can just switch it.
Solhi into the corner. A three. Kaboom! Sokwi Urbano knocks it down.
Just like that, back to a 9-point game. Credit to Veritas. They've continued to chip away here in this third quarter.
Now inside, Equi puts it up and in. 40-29, a little bit of offense coming through now.
Harmon's pace on that play was just terrific. He just manipulated that defense and opened the door for Equi to get the jam.
Urbano again. Now Paleo. 4 guards out there, like you mentioned, and Paleo draws the foul. Wasatch on top of Veritas, 40-29, 3:24 to go in the third. Stay tuned for more action on League Ready.
You never get used to the pressure. You just learn to embrace it. Expectations aren't a burden, they're a privilege. Because it could be worse. No one could expect anything at all.
Sure, I was the first pick, the rookie to watch, and the back-to-back All-Star. But to get even better, I had to get real with myself. I got real about how I showed up. I got real about how I trained. I got real about what I ate. The results, something about this season, man, it just feels different.
Welcome back. 3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Isaac, let's take a look at some of these ranked prospects that you can see today at 5 for the Fight.
Oh, big-time matchup coming up later as well. That Mika Marinin kid out of AZ Compass. He just checks off every box you want from a big. And, oh, Darius Acuff from IMG. He's going to Arkansas, number 8 in ESPN's top 100 rankings. Every year, John Calipari gives a new guard, a new stud. Acuff is going to be that guy next year.
Absolutely, and you look at Harwell, he's playing in this game right now. Cottrell Harmon on that list as well. Just a ton of talent here in Pleasant Grove, Utah, and it's awesome to watch these kids play.
And I tell you what, one guy who's not up there, Junior County, he's going to continue to move up the ranks. He's going to be a big-time player in the class of 2026.
I was just going to say, I forget that he's only a junior. I mean, I would not be surprised if he's, top 50, even top 25 kid next fall.
Yeah, we could easily see him start to put it all together because we've seen the total package from him. Defensively, he had that transition, that steal, and that dunk, but just on and off the ball offensively, some of the playmaking.
Paleo, another deep three. He fills it up from deep. A brother-to-brother pass there. Zion to Travis, and Travis knocks it home.
Only 2 3-point attempts in this third quarter, but both have gone in for Veritas. That's their way.
Here's the lob to Miller, but he was a little too far toward the baseline, and he couldn't put it in.
I've been really impressed by some of Wasatch's sets. They've run really good actions to get good looks. Yeah, it's process over outcome, right? The process is good even if the outcome isn't necessarily great on that play, but the idea of what they're doing is really, really good.
Yeah, they certainly got the look they wanted. Now here's Solhi into the lane. Great use of hanging time in the air. Gets 2 points to go.
And here comes Veritas just chipping away, continuing to get good shots. And look, they just haven't turned it over. Just one turnover in the third quarter has helped them get back in it.
Wide open triple. You know he'll knock that down. That's Harwell connecting from deep.
Man, his game just gets to a whole new level if he's making threes and he's got that off-the-dribble game that he's really well known for.
Into the corner, Solhi fires a triple. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken away. Harmon had it, and then he lost it. Palaio peels it back out, waits to start this offense up. Now it comes back. Here's Palaio again on the near side to the other Palaio. Now a deep triple. Off the mark, rebound once more by Harwell. This time they're able to take it up and slow it down.
Wasatch continues to mix up man versus zone defensively in the half court.
Here's Harmon. Down low, Equi. Shot is not going to count. He was fouled before the basket, but still a really nice feed from Harmon. But before we get the inbound, let's take another look at this Harwell three. 4 for 4 now.
Not just good from the right corner, he can also get it going from the wing.
There's some guys that are, have that sweet spot that they just can't miss from. It feels like Harwell cannot miss, period, this afternoon. 43-34.
He's been the best player on the floor, and that's saying something because Junior County's had a really, really nice game as well.
He sure has. But here's Harwell filling it up from inside the paint as well. Versatile scorer.
Just too big. Another good inbounds play there by Wasatch, finding a way to get their best player in the middle of the floor right in front of the rim.
Their lead is back to 11 as time's winding here in the third. Here's White in the corner, steps through to try to get the pass to Sohi. Sohi on the drive, loses control, recovers, and now it comes back on top for three. Ching couldn't get it to go, and the rebound goes with Wasatch. That was Whitfield. Ching had a good look, couldn't put it through.
That felt like a big shot there. Could have been a swing moment for Veritas to continue to stay within striking distance with the fourth quarter looming.
Now it's Cottrell Harmon handling. They've put Junior County off ball for the majority of this third quarter. And now up the court, Whitfield Ching once more. On top to White. Tried to get a backdoor pass to Ching, and it's a turnover. County, what a feed, and a slam from Harwell.
I think we just saw everything County can do right there. Terrific off-ball awareness defensively, gets the steal, leads the break, and then the left-hand dime for a Harwell slam. That's big-time stuff there by the junior.
Yeah, look at this. Threading the needle. And Harwell, not only from deep, not only in the paint, he could go up and hang on the rim too.
18 points on just 7 shots today for Harwell. That's elite efficiency.
And he's going to get a chance to make it a three-point play at the line. I didn't notice that there was a foul called. And he could turn this into a 14-point lead, but he misses short. Travis Palaio will pull it up the court. Veritas chasing 13. Here's Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. back to Palaio, looking for somewhere to go with it. Dribbles left, and they continue to go guard to guard as Palaio fires a triple. Schmack! 47-37 with a nice answer from Palaio, his third triple of the game.
I think if I'm Wasatch, I'm going to get back to that man. I don't want to give up three-point attempts to Veritas with a 10-point lead. That feels like the three ball feels like the way they can get back in this one.
47-37, time winding here in the third. A tough shot from Harwell. You know that's good. Late in the quarter, a deep three just misses off the front iron. Isaiah Harwell. Tough twos, too.
And this is what he can do at his best. When his ability to attack those post-ups from the slot, little fadeaway jumper, that could have been an and one, too.
Absolutely. They lead it 49-37 at the end of the third quarter. The Nike EYBL Scholastic is brought to you by Nike. This is winning basketball. Ion Solar, premium solar at ionsolar.com. And by Chipotle, real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle, for real. quarter of action, just a few moments from being underway at Pleasant Grove High School, home of the Pleasant Grove Vikings here in Utah. The EYBL Scholastic. And there's Isaiah Harwell. What a game he's having.
20 points on 7 of 8 from the field. He's hit 4 threes. We've seen him in transition get after it with a dunk and an and one. We've seen him hit a tough fadeaway mid-range jumper off the bounce. Like, he just does a little bit of everything. If you're Kelvin Sampson, that Houston staff, you're just circling that game being like, oh, he might be back. Like, all that rust that we've talked about after missing almost all of last year with a knee injury, that looks to be gone.
Sure does. 6 rebounds and a steal to go with it. It's not just the offense. He does it defensively, 3-level score. A lot to like from Isaiah Harwell. And he's a big reason why Wasatch is up by 12 as we open the final quarter of play. James Miller trying to go for a steal, ends up with a foul.
I like going back to man-to-man here. Like we were talking about late in the third quarter, Veritas has knocked down 3 threes all against that zone in the third quarter to kind of stay within striking distance. Now they go back to man. You can try to force a few more turnovers. You could probably get the kill shot here.
Solhe down the lane, tried it off the glass, couldn't get to go. County running the pressure, and Miller stops, tries to create a better look for himself, and he opens up Harwell. Now it's Harmon on the top of the key, settling things for the offense, coming off a screen into the lane. Now it's Miller on the wing, and Miller wraps it back around, and Harmon slowing things down. They're 8 minutes away from the victory. They don't have to force any shots. Harmon into the lane, he comes. Tough 2, and it rims out. And we're gonna have a foul on Lamarius White, who was boxing out as Torrey went for the rebound.
That's kind of a shame there, because Veritas, again, Whitfield Ching, I keep saying it, like he's awesome defensively.
Yeah.
Another terrific defensive sequence there, but the foul gives Wasatch another chance.
Really good defensive possession for Veritas, and they might come away with nothing for it. Here's Harwell handing it off to Harmon. It's been a lot of County, a lot of Harwell, and Harmon as well. Here's the swing. Opens up County, but we're going to get a foul on the corner.
That's a really good under control possession there by Harmon. Yes, he got blitzed in that ball screen by 2 of Veritas' best defenders, Lamarius White and Ching, but his ability to get it cross court, find County, who can attack another long closeout, like that's really, really impressive to stay poised under that pressure.
Yeah, this has just turned into a really long possession for Wasatch.
Just milking the clock.
Here's Harwell. And he flips it back over. Another blitz on the ball screen. And it's going to be a foul that knocked Harmon near the out-of-bounds line, and to keep possession with Wasatch as they've controlled the ball for already 1.5 minutes worth of this quarter.
I mean, if you're playing stall ball, that would be kind of the way to do it. It's like a fourth quarter drive from a football team, just running the clock out.
It sure is. There is a shot clock here. I know some high school level players do not operate with the shot clock. There is one at this level. It's 30 seconds, and there's 22 seconds left on it currently.
That was another excellent sideline out of bounds play by Wasatch to be able to get that open post-up look. Get another chance.
Now they'll inbound it quickly to Harwell. Harwell working in the post, gets it back out to County. Junior County to the left. On his left hand, tries a scoop layup. He hits the ground hard, and he'll have 2 shots.
Veritas won't like the late whistle, but that was pretty clearly a foul.
Absolutely. Junior County went for the athletic left-handed layup. Hits the ground hard on the way down.
We've seen him with his off-ball hand today, like the off-ball passing, his ability to go left and drive left. Like he's got some game.
Lefty.
Yeah, he's got some game.
Very versatile player is Jaden County, and remember, he's only a junior, so you should be seeing a lot of him the rest of this season and next season at the high school ranks.
He's up to 14 points on just 9 shot attempts to go along with 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals.
Misses that free throw, and it's rebounded by Rayan Solhe, the Morocco native. And he opens up a three-pointer off the glass and in. The bank is open the day before Thanksgiving. Stokely Urbano.
Veritas feels like they just need to get going from three to stay in this one.
Here's Paleo. Paleo to the baseline. Gets that one knocked. And it's going to be out of bounds off of Miller. But some nice speed from Veritas in transition.
And the reason why is they basically just can't get anything at the rim right now. Just 10 points at the paint so far for Veritas. A lot of it has to be jumpers. And jump shot roulette is tough.
Inside it comes to Asar, and Wasatch takes it away. Settling things once again is Harmon. In and out move, and he swings it on the other side to Harwell. Between his legs, gets it to County. Loses control for a moment to Torrey, now Miller. Miller back out, Harmon down the lane, and a slam. No, it's waved off. Offensive foul.
Boy, I didn't get a good look at that one, but I didn't see that.
Let's take another look and see what the officials saw. Oh, one of those box outs.
That's called a gortot. You're trying to gortot your defender and move him out of the way to open up the lane. Usually that doesn't get called, but he wrapped his arms around behind his defender. That kind of draws the attention of the official.
And it comes back on top. Solhe was working on his defender, and we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Harmon there, as Solhe was trying to start the drive. Veritas has had such a difficult time getting downhill.
Yeah, they just can't get anything, and that's what we talked about in the open, this ability from Wasatch. Like, their guards, they switch everything on the perimeter really well. They shrink the floor, and you're just getting nothing in the paint, like literally nothing.
Let's see if Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. can get something going. Coming off the screen here, Stokely Urbano. Now Solhe into the paint, into the corner, Paleo. Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. loses control. And another takeaway for Wasatch.
Feels like every time Veritas drives, they're turning it over because of those active hands by Wasatch.
And that's going to be an offensive foul on Harmon. He's shocked by the call, but that's going to go the other way.
I don't think he's the only one that was shocked by that call.
In comes Travis Paleo. Juan Guerrero Hernandez Jr. will take a second on the bench.
This is one of Veritas's best shooting lineups right now, with the number of different various spot-up shooters that they have in the game.
Stokely Urbano and both Paleo brothers are out there now.
All three of those guys have legit range, like almost up to the volleyball line. Like, we've seen them pull from deep. And now that's why, because they're going zone. They're trying to get their shooters on the floor for this zone.
Now it's Solhe. He'll fire a deep triple. Schmack!
And that's the way right now. That's a good adjustment there by Veritas to get those shooters on the floor, because you're going to have to make jumpers against this zone.
50-43. County, we'll see if he has an answer as Veritas is within 7. Harmon gets it to County. He'll fire a three himself. Can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound. No call on the congestion near the lane. And it comes back the other way for Veritas with a chance to cut into this deficit once again. Paleo, a deep three. Off the rim and rebounded by Harwell. And he'll slow things down with 3:33 left in the fourth. And we're going to have a timeout. What a sequence we've had.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for Veritas to stay in it. Not everything has gone well, but they go zone. They find an opportunity for an open three, and Solhe knocks it down. More of that is needed in the final 3 minutes here if Veritas wants to pull off a pretty ridiculous comeback.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah. The avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
You never get used to the pressure. You just learn to embrace it. Expectations aren't a burden. they're a privilege. Because it could be worse. No one could expect anything at all.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guacced. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
3:33 left in this one. Wasatch on top of Veritas. They've led it most of the entire game. This is about as close as Veritas has been able to get it. What's been working for them?
Veritas has stopped turning it over, and they're making threes, and those things are a really good combination. They just have 4 turnovers in the second half, and they're 5 of 10 from downtown in the second half. That's their ability to get back in this game. And I also think some of their defensive abilities has been really, really good. Some of the lineups they've used is smart. We've seen a lot of Whitfield Ching in the second half. We've seen a lot of Lemarius White in the second half, just getting as much length onto the floor to counteract a Wasatch Academy team that has guards that are constantly getting into the paint.
Exactly, and then you mentioned it from deep. We've seen Travis Palayo knocks him down, Rayan Sohi, Aram Sokwi Urbano. We've seen it from all different directions for this Veritas Academy team, and we'll see if the Titans elect to go with those players out there again. They suffer a little bit size, which obviously hurts on the defensive side of things, but they need some offense right now.
Definitely need offense, and I think if I'm Wasatch, I'm just going back to man. Like, I'm not going to let them have their spot-up shooters on the floor and get comfortable against this zone. Like, I am going to get up in them and make them dribble. We make some of these guards go past me with our man-to-man defense. So far, they haven't been able to do that.
Whitfield Ching out there to try to create some congestion defensively. Trying to be able to create the trap, and it's Harmon. And I think a timeout is going to be called by Wasatch's head coach, Paul Peterson. He's in his 5th season at Wasatch. He played at BYU Hawaii, and he's one of the best trainers in Utah.
And what we've seen from him and his group is they've been very connected with their sideline out-of-bounds plays and their baseline out-of-bounds plays after timeout. So 13 seconds left, you're inbounding it on the side. Let's see what type of look they can get here. Because again, like, this is a 7-point game. If you're able to get this up to 9 or 10, that wiggle room with 3 minutes and change to go, you feel a lot better about yourself.
Absolutely. 3 timeouts remain for Veritas. Wasatch only has 1 remaining after the latest one that they've used. But like you said, they've been really, really good out of timeouts, drawing things up, getting the looks that they want. Maybe it doesn't always convert into baskets, but we'll see what they draw up here.
And what does that tell you? It tells me it's a team that's well coached and they're well connected, where their ability to execute some of these opportunities. They've gotten a lot of stuff like back doors and then slips into the lane for layups. Right now, they don't try to score off that one. They're going to try to settle some clock here and get a high ball screen.
And here comes Harmon. Gets it in the corner. County wide open. Cannot make the 3, but that was a great look out of the timeout.
Great ball screen, had a wide open corner 3. You'll usually take that for one of your best players on the floor.
Sohi looking for somewhere to go with it, almost gives it away, but it's knocked out of bounds. County in the passing lane again.
Another deflection for County. You want to rack those up defensively. He's been everywhere. Yeah, he misses the corner 3, and that stinks, but his ability to get back at it defensively and get another, deflection is huge.
Palayo down the lane looking for somewhere to go with it. A deep 3 from his brother off the front of the rim. Lemarius White could not corral the rebound, and it's going to be secured by Wasatch.
County a couple rebounds away from that double-double. He's got 14 and 7.
Inside it comes. Harwell. It's really good down here in the paint. Frees himself up to deliver the pass to Equi, but he stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
Kind of wanted Harwell to take that one, right? He's had such a good day. Offensively, your team kind of needs a bucket, and he's so good in that mid-post area.
The spin freed himself up to make that pass, but he had enough of a window to take the shot.
100%.
Here's Palayo. They need an answer. Palayo into the paint, looking for an open shooter, and that one was blocked. County involved once more.
He's all over the place defensively.
Here's Harmon. Equi outside to County. Another corner 3. This time he fills it up.
Good things happen to those who play defense. Like, his ability to go after it defensively, he gets the steal, he's getting deflections, and he gets rewarded with a wide open corner three. 17 points, 7 rebounds, multiple steals, and a block. Junior County has been terrific today.
Junior County is making our Nike Player of the Game choice a very difficult one.
I mean, look at that. Feet set, catch ready, shot ready, and he just drains it. Now, he deserves to celebrate a little bit. Does that feel like the dagger? I kind of think it does. 10-point lead with 2:27 to go.
Exactly, and it's just because it's been so difficult for Veritas to not only make shots, but get shots off, that mounting a 10-point comeback with a little over 120 seconds left, that seems difficult.
100%, and the thing is, it's just so funny. It's like, if you are tuning in a little bit late, Veritas didn't make their first shot until the second quarter. Right. They went the entire first quarter without making a shot. So the fact that this is still a ball game at this point is pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean, like you said earlier, Harwell, the 5-star senior, 20 points. County, the rising junior, who I think is going to continue to rapidly surge up these recruiting rankings. He has 17. So they've combined for 37 points on 20 shot attempts. That's just unbelievable efficiency from the best 2 players on the floor from Wasatch.
For Veritas, 8 different players have combined to score their 43 points. They've got 2 in double figures. Here's Solhi bringing it over the half-court line as they trail by 10. Veritas needs a bucket. Can Solhi deliver it? Into the lane he comes, tries to pivot. Good shot fake, and he gets it off the glass and in, and he's fired up with that shot.
Now Veritas has to press and try to force a turnover. Not enough time to just play passive right now. You have to be aggressive.
Unfortunately, Whitfield Ching is not out there, as he's one of their best on-ball defenders. County has it in the paint, decides to take it out for Cottrell Harmon to slow it down.
And at this point, just don't foul. Let's just try to get a stop.
Harwell, another triple. He's good again. Perfect from deep.
5 for 5. I like that math.
56 to 45. Here's the 3 on the other end, and 1. Aram Sokwi Urbano knocks it in.
I've been impressed with Urbano. His ability, yeah, he's a little bit undersized, but he is not scared at all of this bigger front court. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. Just big-time performance for him.
55.5 seconds left in the contest. This free throw could pull Veritas within 7. And in and out. Rebound from County is, like you said, he approaches a double-double.
And Ching back into the game because of his ability defensively to generate deflections.
Manu Manciel also back into the game. Haven't seen a lot of him in this second half. And they're going to intentionally foul Harmon.
5-guard lineup there for Wasatch, just trying to get as many ball handlers on the floor to break the press, and also 5, you'd presume, good free throw shooters.
Exactly. Harwell, Manciel, Harmon, County, and then James Miller rounding out their 5 right now. I'm sure after these free throws, we might get some of those defensive players back in the game. Ekwe, Torre, players of that nature to protect the rim on the other end.
We've seen a little
Harmon
bit of
misses the free throw there.
We've seen a little bit of everything, too, from Harmon today. He's got 7 points, a chance to get his 8th here, but 8 assists, just 2 turnovers. 4-to-1 ratio there is excellent. Excellent work there to go along with 3 steals.
Absolutely. Kind of an under-the-radar game just because of how good Harwell and County have played. But Harmon is right there with them.
Left the door open, though, for Veritas.
Certainly did. 56 to 48 after a pair of missed free throws. Sohi got to move quickly here. They get it on the corner. Going to be a tough look whenever they get the shot off. Instead, it's Sohi down the lane, and he's fouled. Was looking to put a ferocious dunk, decides to lay it up instead, and was fouled. Could not get it to go, but he goes to the line.
Wasatch was flying around there defensively, just trying to guard the 3. So his ability, Solhi, just to get his head down and get to the rim, I guess you'll take that at this point. Every point is a good point at this point.
Both teams with an immense amount of turnovers today. It has felt like Wasatch has had the upper hand, and they lead this one by 7. Veritas with a chance to cut it to 2 possessions with 22.6 seconds left on the clock.
Need to make this free throw to, again, set up your press.
And Solhi misses short, and the rebound goes to Harmon. ahead to Monsiel, but Harwell was fouled.
And Harwell just gets a chance to pad his stats a little bit. Again, what a perfect, it's almost pitched a perfect game today. 23 points, 8 for 9 from the field, 5 for 5 from downtown. Just a terrific performance from the Houston commit.
Yeah, what would be the equivalent to the perfect game? Shooting a perfect from the field.
I mean, this is kind of what it looks like, right? 23 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 block, just a couple turnovers. He's done a little bit of everything.
He sure has. Misses that first free throw, and he steps back in after gathering himself to try to knock down the second.
For college fans, too, Houston's losing some veterans. LJ Cryer's losing his eligibility. Harwell's going to have a path to early minutes next year for the Cougs.
And he makes the second free throw to make it an 8-point ball game. Solhi frees himself up to fire a 3 off the front of the rim, and the rebound goes to Harwell. As the clock is winding down, Isaiah Harwell dribbles out a Wasatch victory, 57-49.
Pretty fitting that he's the guy that gets the rebound that seals it, and the big 3 from Wasatch comes to play. Harwell with 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals. He was terrific today. I also thought that Junior County was really, really good, and Cottrell Harmon, those 2 juniors.
Yeah, they have quite the big 3, but our Nike player of the game is none other than Isaiah Harwell. 5 of 5 from long range, and he was filling it up from downtown all afternoon, made the tough 2. He was everything you want to see out of a 5-star.
And defensively, he had multiple possessions where he's guarding 3 or 4 guys, but this jam in transition was nice. He is a big-time athlete. Looks like he's got his bounce back after his knee injury. Wasatch is rolling. Big bounce-back performance for this group after getting run off the floor by Montford.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for IMG Academy against AZ Compass Prep next. But for now, thank you for joining us at Pleasant Grove High School for a 57-49 Wasatch victory. For Isaac Trotter, I'm Anthony Pasquale. We'll see you in a moment.